All right, I think I got the problem fixed now. I'm not muted. There's been something going on with this mic, so I don't know what the hell the problem is. Hopefully, we get it figured out. We'll crack on here. Yeah, we'll crack on here and get it going. I've had some problems with my mic. I had ordered a new one today, so hopefully we get that coming in here. But yeah, we're back. It's November 29th, 2017. I'm the big man on campus. Hope you're enjoying your day here on a Wednesday. It's hump day. And we'll crack on and try to get some winners here in college hoops. Just watch some really good football today. And for people that don't know, that would be soccer. I watched some great matches today. Had some success with the matches, and everything went well. So, yeah, Burnley got it done. That was great. The Chelsea win to nil got it done, and then Wayne Rooney hit the over for us himself. So we'll take it. How did he do doing betting his overs last night? I went 1-1. So that worked out halfway there. But let's jump into tonight. Obviously, a big card tonight, a lot going on. We'll see if we can find a couple winners tonight. It's interesting in college basketball tonight. There are a lot of injuries for teams. So, you definitely want to make sure you're doing your homework when you're getting on games. A lot of interesting road spots, small favorites on the road, that kind of thing. So we'll get into all that here tonight. Thanks, Cameron. Thanks to all the people out there listening. Please hit the like button. Say hello on the chat. Also, you'll comment on the show after. Saw some people doing that last night. And I always try to, respond to those people. So let's get into it here. Wednesday evening, I already sent out Penn State on the money line. And again, I like this play a lot. I'm going to get into why here in a moment. Just want to get my my lines up here to make sure I have the right number. All right, where are we at here? Penn State. There they are. Minus 120. That's where I got it. All right, very good. Minus 120 on Penn State. This is it's up to 130 now. So it's went up a little bit, but I still like it at, anything under 135. I think you like it up to there. Thanks, Dale. Hey, Dale, I have to talk to you a little bit more about Geordie Shore. I've been watching that like crazy lately. I like that show a lot. It's funny. It's definitely English TV is a lot better than American TV as far as they show everything, and it's great. So I know you're from Newcastle, so I'm sure you're quite proud of the show. I'm on Penn State on the money line. There's a lot of things I like about Penn State. One of which is the fact that Kevin Keats, the coach for NC State, he's a guy that likes to press. That's what he did at Wilmington. He's brought it over to the Wolfpack, and they've employed that kind of early on, and will employ that in this game. The concern, though, for them is Tony Carr, the point guard for Penn State, shouldn't have any problems with it. He's a really good point guard, trustworthy. Their best player. He can handle pressure, and I don't know that they're going to have a lot of success with it. Also, when NC State has the ball, they've had a lot of problems this year with hitting jump shots, hitting three-pointers. You look at this group, only shooting 27.5% from the three-point line. And I think Penn State, the way they play defense, they're going to force them to shoot a lot from the outside. You look at that. We've talked about Penn State before. Mike Watkins down low, an elite shot blocker, one of the better rim protectors in the country, 3.5 blocks a game. He makes it really difficult to get anything down low and in the lane. So I'd expect if we see a lot of jump shots tonight from NC State. We're betting on the fact that they can't make jump shots, which they haven't been able to really do that so far. So for me, I think schematically both sides really make sense here. This is Penn State's first true road game. But again, I mean, this team did go on the road and playing games. They're not any stranger to going on the road. This is going to be that true atmosphere, though, at home. But I'm not that high on NC State. The win against Arizona was nice, but this Arizona team, as we know, is in some troubling times right now. I don't know that NC State's going to be able to consistently hit jump shots in this game, which I think what they're going to have to do. I think Penn State's a for-real basketball team. I think they're going to make some noise in the Big Ten. They're going to be a bit of a tough team to play against. So I'll take my shot here and go with Penn State on the money line on the road. And you look, even recently. Okay, other than that win against Arizona, that's impressive. We'll give it to them. But then you followed up. You put up 60 points against Northern Iowa, and you only put up 58 against Tennessee. They're not very good offensively. Is the basic key here. And again, I don't think it's going to get any easier facing Penn State here. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Penn State here on the money line. It's actually on its 15th season, Dale. In 6 years, I think, 7 years, 15 seasons. Where do you watch it? On iTunes. They have every season on iTunes. And let me tell you, if you like Jersey Shore, which, I mean, growing up, I went to Seaside and I knew some of those kids. So for me, that's kind of the lifestyle I lived for many years and still partly kind of do. So for me, Jersey Shore was just kind of the life that I had already lived just on TV. But the spin-off shows in other countries were fucking better. I mean, Geordie Shore is amazing. Like, they show the sex, they show naked people, they show the swearing. It's like Jersey Shore on steroids. That's how I put it. Yeah, it's way more intense. That's a great point. But yeah, if you're looking for a show to watch and you like watching that kind of stuff, it's definitely a good one. But let's get into the next play tonight, and we will get to some questions a little bit later. My next play is going to be on a side that many people know I like. No one will discount that. Do I like them as a fan? No, but I love them this year. I'm going to lay the points with Duke. I don't know that I get this. I don't understand this number really. I'm going to lay the 8.5 with Duke, and I can get 8.5 currently. Minus 120 at Bet Online. Duke's to play here. I have to go with it. I don't really understand this line for many reasons. One, I mean, you look at when Indiana went to Seton Hall. Okay. Now, I know that's a road game, but, I mean, Seton Hall was a 12-point favorite against Indiana. So, I mean, again, against a quality opponent, now they're only 8.5. Duke's only laying 8.5. Duke's the best team in the country. This line doesn't make a ton of sense to me. I mean, I get it's in Indiana, but I mean, Indiana showed time and time again last year that they aren't very good at home. They don't play defense. They can't rebound. I mean, Duke's going to absolutely dominate them on the boards. Begley and Carter should have big games here. Begley's had a big game his whole career so far. Grayson Allen struggled in the second half, but, I mean, he shot out of his mind. I just don't get this line. I mean, Duke's 5-1 to the spread to open the season, and I just don't think Indiana's very good, frankly. Yeah, I don't care about sharp money in college basketball at all. I think I've made that clear. Sharp money, I'm sharper than most of these people, so I could care less, but I understand what you're saying. They want to bet against Duke. That's fine. You like the play-by-play. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing it tonight, actually. What time is this game? Is it early or late? If it's a 7:30, I'll do play-by-play. It's 9:30. That sucks. I don't want to jump on when other people have shows, so I'm kind of hamstrung on when I can do the play-by-play. But I'll do it again soon. This one's on at 9:30, so again, I don't want to take, I don't want to step on when someone else has a show, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, this is really just for me betting on a team that I like on the road with a line that doesn't make sense. I don't really see Indiana being much of a concern. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. So not a ton on this one. I mean, what do you really say about Duke? I think they're going to out-rebound Indiana like crazy. Indiana struggled from the foul line this year. I think they'll leave a lot of points at the charity stripe, and I just think they'll get boggled down and lose by double digits. So I'm going to go with Duke as my other play here tonight, and stick with those. Yeah, I'm not going to just do play-by-play on just games just to do them. We'll watch them. We'll see how they go. Yeah. I don't know what a Hoosier is. I'm not exactly sure. Do you like Duke team total over 80? Yeah, yeah, I do. Indiana's given up 73 points a game, but again, those are against um, lower, low level opponents. They got shredded against Seton Hall. I lost that game by 16. Gave up 84 points. Uh, I mean, other than that game, I mean, they've literally played no one. I mean, lost to Indiana State, give up 90 points. You know, struggled against Howard University. I mean, they haven't really done too much to be excited about. And then the last 3 games they played at home, and they've beaten bad opponents. So, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Duke here, um, minus the 8.5. Some other games that were intriguing to me, but I'm staying off of them. I like George Mason kind of against JMU, but George Mason, they only go about 5 deep. That's concerning. They're off of a little bit of a break, but JMU can be streaky, can be decent. So that one was close for me. I also considered Eastern Tennessee State against Fordham. Problem I have with Fordham is one of their better rebounders and defenders is out. So that's kind of a pass. Eastern Tennessee State can turn the ball over a lot, and Jeff Neubauer's defense basically does press a good amount. So that's kind of a concerning matchup. If Jarvis Bernardo doesn't play for Troy, I would take Illinois Chicago plus the 7. But it's very difficult to find out any information on Bernardo. So you're really flipping the coin on if he'll play or not. So that's another one that was passed. There's a lot of teams tonight that have injuries that I'm concerned with. Bernardo is the key to Troy's offense. I think without him, I really like UIC, but with him in there, I think that really changes things. My guess is he won't play just because it's an injury that has lingered for him. So that's a concerning for me, but then I could see him playing. So for me, I don't want to chance it. I'm going to stay off of it. Also, like Mercer tonight against Tennessee University, getting the 10.5, but Rion Holland is questionable. Rion Holland's Mercer's best player. And while I like the 5 seniors that start for Mercer, you're taking away one of them, and you're putting, they're also the best players out. So if he plays, then I would like Mercer. I think this is a really good matchup for the Bears, but I just don't want to back them without Rion Holland. If Rion Holland plays, though, if we get some late info on that, I would take Mercer, surely. If that's the true line, 10.5, I'd be on Mercer. If Rion Holland plays, I'd be on Mercer. And I'm going to see. This could be one of those things that's late. So he's questionable. We'll see. So yeah, a lot of injuries tonight around the hardwood. Michigan UNC is a really interesting game, and Morency and I talked about this one the other day, and I got to tell you, I think the Wolverines are a bit of a tough matchup for the Tar Heels here. John Beilein is they play slow. Michigan, they limit transition opportunities, and they get good guard play. They do a nice job of guarding the perimeter. So I think UNC will be forced to take some shots from outside, but I also think Michigan, who is a team that generally likes to shoot threes as well, they should have plenty of looks as well. The question is always for Michigan and what makes them tough to back. Will Michigan be able to hit their shots? If they are, they will definitely hang in this game. If they're not, it's questionable. And that's the tough handicap with Michigan. The thoughts, though, are I think they'll hang around. But I'd rather get, maybe over 10.5, 11 instead of 9.5. Yeah, there's no not discussing here. I'm going to get to all the games. UNLV will be on the card. I'm not taking UNLV tonight, actually. I'd be honest with you. As the days went on, I actually like Northern Iowa here. When you look at a game kind of first out of the game, and that was 10 o'clock this morning, on the surface, I thought UNLV looked good. But then you look more into the spot. You look into the line movement in this game. And in a game like this that everyone's talking about, the line movement is important. I mean, you look at this game, okay, because I've seen everyone and their mother with an opinion on this game today. Everyone loves UNLV. Yet the line has went the other way. That's a huge red flag for me in this game, and thus why I'm not betting it. But frankly, I would lean Northern Iowa here. This is a prove it to me game for UNLV. This is a game in a tougher atmosphere on the road against a team realistically that plays great defense, makes you play in a half court. And that's the big thing for UNLV. When you get a team like Southern Utah that wants to get out and run with them, they're going to score a ton of points because that's how they want to play. The question is, can UNLV consistently execute in the half court? They were able to do it against Utah, but on the road against a team that Ben Jacobson has that usually is a very good rebounding team, play great defense. This is going to be a tough play game for UNLV. So for me, it's a prove it game. Lean. Yeah, right. UNLV went from, no, it's actually at -1 now for Northern Iowa. So again, maybe you guys should take a look at the lines. Northern Iowa's the favorite now. UNLV was the favorite a little bit earlier. Now it's going backtracking, and Northern Iowa's the favorite. The whole world's on UNLV, but the line's going the other way. So for me, it's a pass. I wouldn't be surprised to see Northern Iowa win. So good luck with it if you decide to play it. But for me, I'm going to see that. I'm going to see if they can prove it as opposed to just going out and betting UNLV. Not one I'm on. But if they win, UNLV will continue to be in my arsenal. But sometimes you got to know when to stay off of it. Northern Iowa isn't good. Like, what do I care what they were last year? I could care less about them last year. I think they're a really solid defensive team that are well coached always. And that's one thing about Ben Jacobson that I know. You can argue with me and bet what, at the end of the day, you're going to bet what you want, but I'm just telling you. I think, and this is no disrespect, but I think for me, this is a public better wet dream. If you're a public better, you're going to zero in on this game. Why is the line going the other way? Doesn't make any sense. So, do your thing. Scott Weaver chiming in. Welcome in, Scott Weaver. Yeah, there you go. Ken Palm, the professor. I don't use Ken Palm, but he's pretty good at his predictions. So the line just doesn't make much sense. So I'll watch it. I'll enjoy it, but I'm staying off it. 795, 796. Let me see what we got here. Wyoming, Denver. Yeah, interesting one here, isn't it? Look, I think Wyoming's the play here. But this is a Denver team that I think is pretty decent out of the Summit League. Joe Rosca, a great guard for this group. But Wyoming will beat them. They're better. They're a better team, better athletes. They're not a team that will be worried about elevation. And that's something that Denver won't be able to exploit. Usually they can, but they're not going to be able to do that here. I would think Wyoming's the play, but something doesn't sit right to me about laying 6 on the road, but I like it. BMOC Rion Holland is listed as a probable. I'm not seeing that anywhere. So until I get Bob Hoffman to do his pregame show or something, I'm not going to move on that. Free Meek Mill. Amen. Free Meek Mill. Is Ryder Fuss 14 looking good? I don't really like that game. It's pretty much a pass for me. I liked Ryder in like the situation we had him the other night against like a MEAC opponent, but in this game against Providence on the road, no, not interested. Yeah, give me a thumbs up. We're almost at 100 here, so give me a thumbs up. Where are we at here? Anything on Arkansas State, Cleveland State? No, I have nothing on that game. Two bad teams. Will Chang, if you don't care about sharp plays, why are you staying away from it? That's exactly, Will Chang, why I made it clear when I gave the game out. I said, in games like this that the whole world's talking about, I care. And that's not about sharp plays. That has nothing to do with sharp money. The public's betting UNLV like crazy. What does it have to do with sharp money, Will Chang? It has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Thoughts on Montana and Stanford? I'm waiting on Stanford. I like Michael Humphrey and Reed Travis a lot, but again, they just seem to let you down every game. And Montana's a pretty good team. Ahmad Rory, heck of a player. They're well coached up there, uh, but this is a difference in class, frankly. I'm waiting on Stanford to give you a nice, complete game. Any chance? Yeah, I already talked about Indiana. No, I don't think they can. Um, but I'll be real. Gun to my head, I would take Stanford yet again. Just kind of thoughts. Um, I know you don't take emotion as a factor when you handicap, but will UNC be extra motivated after their embarrassing last game performance? Um, I'm sure they'll have some sort of knock in it, but I don't really put that into account here. It's a new day. These are kids. They forget about shit like that. What about Auburn? No opinion on Auburn. There's too many negatives right now with Auburn. I think their coach is kind of a guy kind of walking the plank. Personnel's gone. They're a team I don't really want to bet on. Bet against maybe, but not betting on. Um, Thanks, Patrick. Hopefully I'm right. Uh, UT Arlington minus 18. A lot of points. UT Arlington usually covers games like this, though, against poorer opponents. Rice would constitute being a poor opponent. Are they as bad as their football team? No, but this is at home. UT Arlington has blowout potential always. Yeah, I wouldn't be taking the points here. And UT Arlington, as a home favorite, 12.5 or more points over the last 11 games, is 8-3 against the spread. So they normally blow teams out like this. Rice has had a lot of trouble scoring a basketball. So yeah, I would lean with Arlington. They should win this one by 20 plus. Thanks, Dell. Appreciate that, man. Just trying to get through a lot of information here. Wow, Ohio State went from 2.5 to 6 against my boys from Clemson. Yeah, a lot of people like Ohio State this year. I don't know that I see it. Just because Chris Holtman's there, people think that he's right away going to fix this program. I like Clemson. I don't hate them. I just don't like Brad Burnell. Just two programs I don't have a great read on. So for me, I would not be on that one. How do I feel about Alabama? That's a tough one, especially off that game. I'd imagine in a spot like this, everyone back together again, they should be able to roll in this game. Alabama is a really, really good basketball team that was just in a bad situation the other day. Though I would like to read into if there were any suspensions or anything. I would think there weren't. There were just, hey, don't do that again, and you're back. But La Tech is a decent team. They're undefeated. They played some good basketball, but Alabama's on another level. I mean, Colin Sexton's unbelievable. Uh, Duke line movement, not relevant, but UNLV is. Okay, again, it's sharp money against it. I'm talking about something totally different here. Again, I'm not going to explain this again. It was public money betting against betting. Basically, the public's on UNLV, yet the line's moving another way. That's the concern here. You basically are just telling me that certain sharp people are betting on Indiana. But do what you guys want to do. I'm just giving my opinion here. Ken Palm's like I don't know, he's like a statistic guy. But I don't read him, so these guys must read him. Listen, although as far as Ken Palm, we'll let one slide, but I'll be real with you guys. I don't give a shit about Ken Palm. I could care less what he thinks. You could take that into account, but I'm not. I like Minnesota tonight. They're experienced and at home against an untested Miami team. They are, you're right, but Miami's really good, and they have great guard play. Though I agree with you. I think Minnesota's the play, but I'd rather do something along the lines of like maybe a money line parlay. I don't do those a ton, but maybe take them and another favorite at 5 or less, parlay them together. That could be a game that comes down to the wire. Huell's played really well lately. He's got to play well again tonight for Miami. They are untested, though. That's a great point. But where's Minnesota's head at after that pathetic performance the other night with against 3 players? I'm new with gambling on sports and stuff. Thanks for all the help. Good, no problem, Jay. Glad to have you here. How about West Kentucky? I have nothing on West Kentucky. Uh, I'm not saying I wouldn't say stuff like that about him, but I don't follow him. That's all. I have not. He's very successful, does a great job. I just I don't pay for his service or have his service. Um, what games are you going to watch tonight? I'll be watching the Penn State game and the Duke game. I'll flip through a couple. UW Milwaukee, Northern Illinois. I got nothing on that game. Belmont's not upsetting TCU. I wouldn't think. Mm-mm-mm. I think I hit all the comments here. I think I got through everybody here. Top three. I have two plays, and those are the plays that I like. Good. Glad to hear it, Thomas. Hopefully your son plays well, whatever he's doing. I'm hoping at Penn State or UNLV so I can tune in and bet on Duke for the BMOC call tonight. I'm not doing a call tonight, so I mentioned that earlier. I'm not doing a call tonight. I told you I'm not going to go on the air when another person's on. Just not going to do that. I'll gladly do something at 7 sometime, but Duke's on at 9:30, so I'm not going to do it. Big man, you know me as Trade Day, but I'm using my first name from now on. It's my birthday. Can I get a shout out? And I like the especially thank you for all the help you give me. Hey, no problem, man. Happy birthday to you. That's a how old are you? Let me know how old you are. I feel like I'm a radio guy giving people birthday shots. But happy birthday, bro. Do you have a favorite mid-major conference you like to bet or follow? Yeah, I mean, I like the Summit League, kind of. I like the Mountain West. Uh, the AAC I like just because I'm a Temple fan. Probably the Summit League or the Mountain West. They're not really Mountain West is not exactly mid major. I like the WCC as well. Gonzaga, St. Mary's. No problem, man. Yeah, John. Yes, we saw Raheem Sterling. You can stop mentioning it. Thanks. John's mentioned Raheem Sterling about 8,000 times. Yes, it was a hell of a goal, and I'm glad you cashed. I'm sure you cashed your parlay. Big on the Horizon League. Yeah, Horizon League's cool. I like Oakland, Detroit Mercy. Did Gonzaga cover that big number? I'd imagine. Incarnate Word's terrible. No problem, Los Vegan. Kansas State or Roberts. Or Roberts is awful. Terrible. So I wouldn't be jumping in head first with that one. Nevada, Illinois State. Illinois State's very good defensively. I actually like that group. I saw them play against Florida Gulf Coast. They can shoot the basketball. They're a decent offensive team as well. Nevada's, I mean, that's a lot of points to give to Illinois State to me. People are betting Nevada. Whole world's on them seemingly here. I'd lean Illinois State. I like the Redbirds. Well coached. Do a nice job on the defensive end. Um, yeah, what are you going to do? You can't win them all. I have nothing on Southern Miss. Um, Northern Colorado, UC Davis, under. Arsenal could win the EPL if Wanger wasn't coaching. Wanger's gotten it right lately. So, I mean, who knows? No one's beating City, though, so it's not going to really matter what Arsene Wenger does. Yeah, I'm on his show every day, every Tuesday, Michael, or Mighty Motive. So, yeah, look out for me on Tuesdays. Thoughts on the St. Bonaventure game? That's an interesting game against Siena. It's kind of a regional matchup, you could say, New York. Um, I don't know. I mean, I like Siena. I like Patsos a lot, but Siena's not a good defensive team, really. Matt Mobley's really solid. They still don't have Jalen Adams back, but Stockard's been good enough for him. But Siena you have to always respect because they can always rebound the ball. They're always going to hang in games because of rebounding. But I don't until Adams comes back. I just want to kind of stay away from Siena. or from St. Bonaventure. I'll get to the plays at the end when I'm on. Best front court, best back court. Best front court is Begley and Carter. Best back court, shit. There's a lot of good backcourts. I got to make a list of those, and then I'll rank them. I tried to, Aaron. Tried to. We'll do one or two more here, and then we'll wrap it up. Oklahoma State laying a big number to Austin Peay tonight. Oklahoma State is a team that got Jeffrey Carroll back, so now automatically they are I don't know if they're a bet on team, but they're a team that can really score the basketball. Question is, can they play defense the way they have been? They've been really fantastic, actually. Truth of the matter, they've been very good defensively. Austin Peay should have some struggles tonight scoring the basketball. Yeah, I would lean Oak State, but that's a lot of points to lay with the Cowboys. But if their defense keeps up, yeah, I don't think they're a bad play at all. Buffalo at 2.5. That's a really interesting game. If you an interesting I read an interesting article recently out of one of the papers around there where, if you guys know, these two schools are very close together. It's not a rivalry, but it is. I mean, it's little brother against big brother. And from what I've heard, the Niagara players are buzzing for this game. Like, they're preparing. They're all over it. This is an interesting game. I think this would come down to the wire, but I'd much rather get some more points with Niagara here. Khalil Dukes and Matt Scott are fantastic, though. So, for me, I'd actually want to probably grab Niagara here, but I want to get a couple points with it. I get a feeling they win this, though, but 2 or 3 points would be valuable here, maybe in a late game situation. But from what I heard, they are buzzing to get going in this game. It's in their home gym. They're facing basically, the big brother of this area. Should be a fun game up there in the northern New York area. Other than that, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I am got to get some I got to maybe take a little nap here before I watch some of these games tonight. I super tired, man. Super fucking tired. But do I think Belmont can hang around with TCU? They can. I mean, they're gonna have to make a lot of shots, but yeah, they can. That's a lot of points there. But that's not one I've looked at much. No, I don't have a dog of the day. Guys, I'm not giving out plays just to give them out. I'm giving you the plays that I'm personally betting on. There's a lot of injuries tonight. If I can get any information on some of these, I might move again on another team or two. But one thing you have to get about me is to make a lot of money betting on sports or to do well doing it, you can't be betting 50 games a day. It's just not going to work. There's way too much variance. I look to find 2 or 3 games a night that I can make money on and keep it moving. For me, guys, a 1-1 day is a winning day for me. I'm good with that. I didn't lose much money. I can just take it. This is a 365-day-a-year business. This is a 6-month thing. I'm okay with taking a 1-1 day. I'll take that any day. I mean, it is a waste of time, but I mean, sometimes you got to take a little snooze, So yeah, you just got to remember that. I mean, I'm not going to give you. I mean, when you like something, you like it, but there are a lot of injuries tonight. I will be real. If Mercer was fully healthy and I was getting 9, 10 points, I'd be on them. If I could get a fully healthy Eastern Tennessee State, maybe I'd be on them. But if I could get 11 or 12 points at Michigan instead of 9.5, I might be on them. But I'm not going to go nuts tonight. Penn State on the money line for me, and Duke minus 8.5. I got that one at Bet Online minus 120. Other than that, hopefully you have a great night. You enjoy your Wednesday evening. I'll be back tomorrow, Thursday morning, 10 o'clock Eastern on the right side of campus on sbrpicks.com. I urge you, make sure you're checking us out every day. What we do on that show, it's fun because we're able to give some picks out, but we also talk about a lot of cool things. And, I hope you guys tune in because we got some cool things coming up. I got a little thing I'm having made for the show coming up, and we're going to be adding in some things. So it's definitely going to be fun. Again, I've told people before, I'm taking my show as far as I can. I think I'm good enough to be, not only on SBR, but a lot of different things. I love doing this, and I think I'm pretty good at it. So we'll see where it goes. But I thank all of you for tuning in every day. I think it's cool that people take time out of their day to listen to us and to hear what we have to say. So I wish you all the best tonight, and we'll be back tomorrow here, 5 o'clock, same time, same place. But catch me in the morning, 10 o'clock a.m. at the great SBRpicks.com. Everyone have a great night. Bye-bye.